G'day mate, welcome back to Satisfactory with me, Jedit. Now this is going to be a quick and dirty video about Update 3. Because Update 3 is out, and it's massive. So many things have changed, I can't go over all of them. Mainly because most bases just died. Absolutely died when updating to Update 3 because of some of the changes. A lot of the recipes have changed, power has completely been redone basically. Which means that it takes a few hours to get a base up and running. I have cobbled and forced my base into the new update, but it's broken. I have assemblers and constructors that have no power poles and nowhere to hook up power poles, and I know if I remove them, I can't put them back down because they're going to clash with other items that are built too close to them. It's an absolute nightmare to update any factory. In saying that, you might want to update your factory anyway. You might want to start afresh with the tech if your tech tree upgrades. Mine didn't, but we'll get to all that sort of stuff first, shortly. So, where to start? All right, let's start with having a coffee and just going for a quick tour through some of the basic first thing items. So, if you haven't looked at Satisfactory for a while, the equipment workshop got a full rebuild. It is changed. It's more of a graphical change than an actual use change, but it definitely got a change. On top of that, well, we have so many new goodies over here. So first off, we have the MAM. The MAM is no longer in the hub. So let's go look at the hub real quick. In the hub, we now have all this empty space where I was standing. The toilet is still here. We still have no toilet paper. You cannot flush. We have this new poster. The poster is new. I have no idea what that means, but at least now you have something to look at and graffiti on whilst you just have a sip and yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming that that'll lead into future memes and stuff. We do have the MAM. The MAM is now an external structure. So under special, we have to now build a MAM, which is sort of handy because you can place a couple of them. There is no limit how many MAMs you can place, which does mean that, like, research, let's go for nutrients, paleberry, which I need 2 for. Of course I don't have 2. Shrooms, there we go. Shrooms, 3-minute research, but now I can walk over to... Nope, I can't walk to a different one and start a different research. That was unfortunate. I was hoping I could do multiple researches. But it does mean now that you can build them, and obviously we've just demonstrated that all of them do the exact same research at the same time, even if I only have 1 shroom. When you're out and about, you could always just dump down a MAM, wander up to it, put in a hard drive, and then when you get back to base, actually redeem the research there. So, you know, make sure you're carrying some reinforced iron plates, some cable, and some copper on you at all times, especially when you're out exploring. Do a few hard drives whilst you're out and about. Okay. Next thing we're added, we have lovely pillars. So, no more floating factories. This was a comment a lot of people had. Under foundations, we have a pillar top, a pillar middle, and a pillar base. And I gotta say, it really does improve your factory when you have a few of these sitting underneath your floating factory of the past. We also have half pipes. So, you know, if you were ever wanted to, I don't know, start a skate park, you can now build yourself a couple of half pipes to drive your vehicles around. On top of that, we have curved corner foundations. So we can, you know, have, I don't know, a full bowl to ride your skateboard around in. We also have inverted versions. So of that one and both that one. So if you wanted to build yourself a pipe, yes, a pipe, you could build pipes in Satisfactory with all pipey stuff. You know, they'd be made out of concrete, but they'd still count, right? We finally have corner ramps. So we have these nice half a tile, quarter diagonal, on a lean to work up to our foundations. So this is a perfect example here. I have one of our normal 45-degree angles, and I have a couple of corner ones here, which means that much easier for your vehicles to climb up and down. On top of that, we have, where is it called? It is a ramp inverted. So that's it there. It's perfect for those people that want to build giant bridges and needed some sort of support underneath that looked sort of realistic. In saying that, I'm actually thinking the half pipe is probably a better option. We also have these weird ones, a ramp double, which is just really odd to look at. I guess if you're building a vehicle bridge or something like that up, it sort of makes sense, and more importantly, not only the saving the concrete, but like it's gonna look better and only be one item rather than being two items. We have glass. Yes, we have glass. We have ranging from big panel glass to go out and look at your factory into triple panel glass for more of a, like, you know, sliding door from the inside to the outside, something that you'd probably be able to step through or step near. Or we have small panel glass, which looks much more like, you know, you're inside of a house, a little bit of an old-fashioned house. And then we have, I call this one the space glass. It sort of looks like a bit bulkheady, you know, with a half wall and then some reinforced panels around the glass. It definitely lets you view out, but definitely looks a lot more industrial. On top of that, we can see we have this tube in the background. It's a tube, not a pipe. There's a very, very big difference. This pipe is a hypertube, not a hyperloop or anything that has anything to do with Tesla. This is a hypertube, which if you get too close, you can jump into. Now, in saying that, you can... Ooh. Bad engineer. Turn around. There we go. Nope. Turn. Oh, stop. So, you can change your body mass by forward and backward to slow down and speed up. What am I carrying in my hand? Oh, that's my coffee cup. So yeah, we can you can slow down and change direction. They don't have organization, no. Vehicles, hypertube. They don't have any T intersection. So that is something you need to be aware of. They come with the supports, which we can build up and down to, like, you know, support it through our factory. We have the entrance, which I can't afford now all of a sudden. And we have the actual hypertube itself. It does require rolled copper plate, I think it is, which is a new resource, which is one of the many, many changes. But yeah, you can definitely slow down and change directions. It's a little bit fancy. On top of that, oh, that's my shoes. My shoes are not attached to me anymore. On top of that, you can definitely press forward and speed the hell up. Do be warned, there is a good chance you could go flying off into nowhere. This comes with a new interface. So we have a build type. I do have a bit more foundation I can stand on. So we have a build type of noodle, which I think is, no, the default. So we've got a build type of default, which is a little bit like a conveyor. It just goes straight from A to B. We have noodle, which gives a little bit of a softer curve, okay? A little bit, yeah. We have the vertical, which is the one I actually prefer. It basically hugs the ground and then comes straight up. I really, really like this one. It still reminds me of something I probably find in, like, a kid's playground or a park, or I don't know, maybe somewhere you take your dog or something on the weekend to go and exercise. We also have the favorite so far, the glass panels. These are glass floor tiles. They are pretty scary if you're in a giant floating factory, because it's a long way down. We also have these, like, reinforced foundation frame is what they're called, and they're basically open foundations, which is really, really handy if you want to run belts or anything through them, or build your assemblers on top and then, you know, put all their gear underneath. And hang on, get up here. Yep, we have our glass foundations, which are really, really cute, really, really nice. Okay, next we have our wall segments. So if we remember our old wall segments with the wall conveyor perpendicular, that particular one, we always came to this problem at the corner where the belts would just clip through. The team over at Coffee Stain have added... is it under walls? I gotta remember where all this stuff is. It's all brand new. It's all brand new. We have conveyor wall mounts. These little guys, which you can stack 4 high on one single wall segment. So that's going to let you a much, much higher throughput. If we look... Can I get the right angle so we can actually see? I have done the exact same thing over here and over here. And if we just go into picture mode and zoom in, we can see that mine are very, very closely stacked together. But if I aim at the back of the wall with the deconstruct button, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a fifth one in there as well. And they're all... I've overlapped them by putting down lots of 1 meter foundations and basically clipping them through one another to get them packed in as tight as I could. Now, we can do that by default. Well, in vanilla. We can just put up these wall mounts. More importantly, on a corner, if you put them right on the edge of the corner or just 1 tick in, we get these lovely curves that do go around the wall. If you do put it 2 ticks in, it's still going to clip, so I advise you not to do this. Just put it a little bit closer in, closer into the edge of the wall, you know, get those curves. This is a complete failure because that's how they were designed back then. On top of that, in the same rough section, we have pipe wall support. So yes, we have pipes. We have pipes. Pipes are going to be for your water supply and now all your power plants. So if we go over to power and we put down a coal generator, we can see that it now takes in coal and a pipe. The pipe is for water. You are going to have to find water in the map. You're going to have to pump water in the map. You need to add the water to the fuel to create steam, to create power, which is why most factories are going to die. The exact same can be said for the nuclear fuel generator. We can see there is a pipe at the front. That's not actually for water. That is actually for fuel. Fuel now comes in a liquid form as well as a solid form. In fact, oil also comes in liquid form, so no more barrels running around the map. The nuclear power plant also has the same story. If you're running any of these on in the past, they're also going to need a water hookup to turn into steam. Yeah, that's going to clip through everything, and I don't have the parts on me at the moment. And I'm actually surprised the water geyser one doesn't have a water output. A geothermal generator. I would sort of assume it... Well, maybe the steam goes out the top. I don't know, I sort of expected that to have some sort of water output. So yeah, we now have under production tabs, we have the water extractor, which needs to go in deep water. Now, deep water has been a little bit hard for me to find. I'm obviously right up here at the top of the map. I have tried all the water down here, which is close to where I was. None of it's considered deep water. This is probably deep water. I believe this dark blue is deep water. I already know that if you're in the... I can't remember what the grasslands biome's called. If you're in the grasslands biome, this and this are both deep water, along with your closest coal deposit, where you normally by default where you normally end up building your very first power plant, also has a water source right there. So that's that covered. So yeah, we have pipe wall supports, a pipe through hole wall thingamajig, which is, I've got one right here, and as you can see, the pipe passes magically through the wall down to a pump, because the other... Ooh, go away, machine. What's that? Oh, that's a refinery. We'll get to that in a second. Okay. The other thing with Satisfactory is, because it is a 3D game, you need to deal with the fact that water doesn't flow uphill. So a normal water extractor will pump water up to 10 meters of vertical rise. But after 10 meters, that's it. It's not going to pump any higher. You need to actually add pipeline pumps into your plumbing system, which also have a flow rate and a head lift that you need to deal with. Yeah, it's gonna make everything a little bit more complicated. Where is pipeline pump? Pipeline pump applies 20 pressure to the pipeline and allows 20 meters of vertical rise of fluids. So if your pipes are running downhill, you're fine. If you're running uphill, you're gonna need to put in some pumps. So it's something you need to keep in mind. So we have pipeline supports, which are pretty much the same as the belt supports we've had forever. Nothing too fancy there. We have stackable pipelines for, for your refinery areas where you have lots and lots of different pipes. We have the wall supports, which I've already demonstrated. Hang on, let's get you at the right angle. These don't stretch out from the wall. They are very, very hard up against the wall. And then we have the pipeline hole through the wall, which is really, really handy for getting pipes onto the other side of the wall. Let's just... No. Those three. Okay. Over here we have a cross junction, which I've got right up there. It is... Let's put one right here. We can rotate these around the pipe. But yeah, it lets you have junctions in your water pipes, in your oil pipes, whatever it happens to be. As I said, I actually have a oil refinery over here, which, as you can see, has definitely changed. Now has a solid input and a solid out, or solid input and a liquid input, along with a solid and or a liquid output. If we go into the recipes, we can see that, you know, we now have byproducts we need to deal with. So we're going to take in crude oil, and we're going to put out plastic with some heavy oil residue that we need to deal with. So a lot of the recipes in the game have changed. In saying that, like, you can take in polymer resin recipe, residual fuel into heavy oil residue into residual fuel. I think you can just burn off for more power. You also can package fuel into solids, so to run your jetpack, to run your vehicles, all that sort of stuff, you need to actually package them, which means you need to put in empty canisters and some fuel to package the fuel. Things got a whole lot more complicated. On top of that, we have our lovely water tanks. Well, they're fluid buffers. So you can, you know, pump water into a buffer before passing it on. Or oil for that matter. Probably going to be good to have a couple of these around your base. Where are they? They're under organization. Yeah, industrial fluid buffer. One of these guys, just to water in, water out, nothing too particular. You can flush the pipe, so if you have water in the pipes originally, you decide you need an oil pipe instead, or vice versa, you can actually flush each section of the pipe. If we go to our pump, no, our pump doesn't let us do it. Okay. I know a few parts do. So we can, yeah, flush the whole network, just empty out all the liquid, change it over. Really, really handy. What else do we have? We've done the window tiles. Fencing. Fencing has been a new addition. So fencing is the perfect thing to stop wild engineers accidentally falling off the edge of their bases. Many a death has occurred that way. Lastly, we have our lovely coupon shop, our microtransactions. Now, I know everybody was asking for microtransactions for a very, very long time, and we have the awesome shop. The awesome shop is absolutely awesome. Because I have an existing version, I've been sort of grandfathered in, but now you can create coupons by getting rid of excess material, which we'll cover a little bit later on in the video. So we have wall conveyors 1, 2, and 3, which were all in here in the past, along with metal doors, all this sort of stuff. We also have the glasses, how you unlock the glass door, the glass walls. Attachments, same story. The conveyor mounts, the conveyor wall attachments, and the poles. Both the wall pole, I didn't cover the wall pole. The wall pole. We can now have wall power poles. So I have a power pole over there, which is going up to that spot, and then just hanging off the wall here, and then up to the corner. These ones you're going to have to put right on the corner to pass around the corner very, very neatly. No clipping at all. And then we can pass over here to a pass-through. Pass-throughs are really, really nice. It's a good way to get power into the factory. There were lots of weird things we did in the past, but this is definitely going to be a better solution. So back to our lovely little shop. Foundations, this is where we unlock all the foundations I've shown off, including some old stuff like walkways you're not going to get via default, you know, in vanilla now. You're going to have to actually get some coupons and unlock it. Vehicles, we have the Fix-It Factory cart, which I will cover shortly. Same with railing and the stairs. Again, stairs, something you're going to have to actually get from the coupon shop. Statues are pretty much just for the fun of it. I'll actually show off these couple of statues shortly. It is taking me a long time to get the coupons that I actually have. I've basically scrapped every single item I had in this factory and have left it producing overnight to produce a few more to get a few more coupons. We have a coffee cup we covered earlier, which is tasty. We can also unlock single use. We can unlock items, so you can actually, rather than going and getting gas filters and making gas filters, you could just buy a handful, 25. Same goes with beacons, you could buy 10. Over here, you can actually buy just basic parts. Now, a lot of these prices look cheap until you actually cover how expensive coupons get. They're going to get very, very, very expensive as you progress through the game. So it's something to keep in mind. Okay, statues. So we have the adequate pioneering statue. We're just going to zoom the other way in, zoom in on this. This little statue costs 25 coupons, I want to say. It's a nice little statue. Look, Coffee Stain Studios, if you're listening now, I would really like to either be able to put the little statue in the MAM and make a big statue where the base is like one tile 4 meters by 4 meters, maybe even 8 meters by 8 meters wide, and have a giant statue in the base, but maybe lose my statue in the process of putting it in the MAM. Just because this looks awesome, and it should also be made out of, like, it should be made out of copper. Or some item like that. I have no idea what you make the silver one out of. But then, yeah, we have the... What's this statue called? The pretty good pioneering statue. Which is, you know, has our Satisfactory engineer giving us the clap. And then we have the... I can't remember what they're called. The Satisfactory pioneering statue, which... features the engineer sitting on... It's definitely a power pole. Definitely a power pole. Just swinging around the control. It's a beautiful little statue. There are more statues to unlock. If we go back to the shop really quickly, I could only afford to unlock the first 3 at 225 coupons, which ate a whole base to get. The Silver Hog, the Confusing Creature statue, the Lizard Doggo, and the Golden Nut, especially 1,000 coupons. It's going to take you a while to collect that many materials. Next thing we need to look at is I need to look at my go-kart. I've lost my go-kart. I must have left it parked around the base. Okay. We can craft a factory cart. Yeah, okay. 3 of them's plenty. Which we can throw down on the ground. And look, you've got to admit, it's a cute little golf cart. It does have a tiny, itty bitty tiny inventory. We could put 1 item in the back of it. It's only accessible from the back, and any other access point, it just asks us to drive it. On top of that, if you're quick, you can actually jump in it. When it's half built, unfortunately you can't drive it when it's half built. But this is a great way to get around your factory. It's not super fast. It does cap out at 40 kilometers an hour, so it's not super duper fast. And for some reason, I like the wheel alignment slightly off, and it likes pushing towards the right or the left. It's a little bit wonky, but it does have a very, very low... center of gravity. I have been unable to get this thing to topple over. But the catch is that, yeah, if you have any holes in your base, this little baby might just fall through it. So we have the what's featured in a previous video, the iCrush 500, which is what actually gets you your coupons. I started this hours ago. I have crushed, well, you saw me drive through how many storage containers. Every single one of these containers was full of materials. Absolutely full to the top of all sorts of materials. Like every single item in the game had its own storage bin. It was full. And, well... you can see I have joined many belts together, made much spaghetti, merged them all down to one belt, and we're just shoving it here. And I am still burning off 27,000 points per minute. I did have higher amounts, like there's a 92,000 back there, there's a 99,000 back there when I had some better materials come through the belts. But your first coupon, I think, is 10,000 points. My last coupon was over 10 million points to print. So, something you have to keep in mind, that this Oh, and the power just died. Yeah, like I said, power is less than perfect. We're going to keep running. Going to keep running. Going to keep running. Yeah, we're going to keep running. Just. So yeah, power is less than perfect. Something you have to keep in mind. But yeah, you can print your coupons off. They do go in your inventory. Do not lose them. They are super duper 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 expensive. I really wish I could put them back in the machine and have the machine hold on to them. There is also a bug currently that if you have more than one of these machines running, basically everything breaks and you put really good resources in and you get nothing for it. So you have been warned. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There is actually more content. There's a lot more content when it comes to this update. There is an awful lot more content. I'm going to go flying off the edge. Where does that leave me? Yeah, over... No, I want to go that way, please. Just a little bit. I think this is going to dump me into nowhere. Yep. Cool. Yeah, this update has had a lot of stuff in it. There is I haven't even covered all of it. In fact, we are going to just very, very quickly run through the update trailer. This is how we all were before Update 3 dropped. Just slowly doing any tweaks and anything we could in our base. So, whilst we're watching the trailer really, really quickly to cover anything that I missed, in case you've been living under a rock, there are, like I said, there's a lot has been added. So, if you're watching this video for the first time, you found the channel for the first time, a couple of important things. One, I am a Factorio player. I've been playing Factorio for in excess of 5 years. Factorio is really sort of one of the inspirations behind Satisfactory. So I'm going to be starting a new Satisfactory series. I've played through Satisfactory like 6 or 7 times already. I know how the game runs. I'm going to be starting a brand new base, probably starting next week, because I do want some patches to roll out to fix some of the bugs that are still present in update number 3. When that happens, yeah, we're starting a brand new series. And I'm building very, very differently. Pipes. So many pipes. So, the very, very first base I built in Satisfactory... Oh, that didn't work. I'm looking for that button. The very, very first base I built in Satisfactory... It was too big. It was too big for what the engine was capable of at that time. Yeah, we have our pipes. We can color the pipes too, so we can also paint pipes, which is going to be really handy for differentiating your oil from your water. Oh, I just saw one. The manufacturing actually assembly machine also got an update. It has completely new graphics. So yeah. So, when I built my very first Satisfactory base, I built it too big. I built it too big for what the engine could handle at that stage. The engine has been optimized. It's had 4 optimization passes since my first base and now. So it means I'm going to be building a mega base. And when I say a mega base, like Factorio-wise, if you've played Factorio, you know the end goal is to build a rocket. Or you've seen people play. The end goal is to build a rocket. My last series was launching 15 rockets per minute. A couple of series before that, I was doing 5,000 science packs per minute. So I'm a little bit of an expert when it comes to Factorio and mega bases, and we're going to be doing the exact same in Satisfactory. I have got a new PC as well since Satisfactory first released, so we're going to be building big. We're going to be building really, really big, hoping to keep things modular so it can always be upgraded and we can add and improve as we go. We'll also want to go for a very, very centralized base. I don't want to spread out over the whole map. I really want to bring everything back to a base and process everything at the base. So yeah, if you haven't clicked already, subscribe already, now is your chance to do so whilst we watch the next little bit of this, because you will get a notification, providing you turn on the bell at the same time, for when that new Satisfactory series starts. I'm hoping to have 3 episodes per week. That's the plan. There is a good chance as well I'm going to end up live streaming them out on my YouTube channel. So there's that as well. On top of that, I also occasionally do, just for the fun of it, I do Satisfactory mass multiplayer. I think the last one we did was, well, it was quite a while ago now, but I think the last one we did, we had 16 players in the game, and we got to oil in 4 hours. So we blew through the tech tree and blew through the game. But yeah, the other important, very, very important thing for any of those people who has not grabbed Satisfactory yet is Satisfactory is coming out on Steam. They had a 1-year exclusivity deal on Epic, so I fully expect, there you go, Satisfactory is on the Steam store. So I fully expect March 20th. March 20th will be exactly 1 year since it was first released on the Epic store. So come March 20, you could probably grab it on Steam. They definitely have some bugs they want to fix. Well, I assume they have some bugs they want to fix. Can I get up there? I assume they have some bugs they want to fix before they do the they push to Steam. But yeah, there's definitely some things that they want to do. But yeah, that's the original Mega Base, which was too big for the game to handle. We've had some updates since. The game actually runs now buttery smooth. On top of that, actually underneath this whole structure, there is another Mega Base that's also powering this. This is a big base, but we're going to go bigger. We're going to go much, much bigger. We're also going to start off in the new desert biome that has been unlocked. And our space elevator, which unfortunately mine's all the way over there, has also been updated. All the recipes have actually changed to get a space elevator up and running. Anyway, I think that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed. As a reminder, click the subscribe button whilst you can to get notifications from when that series starts, because yeah, like I said, we're going to go big. We're going to go big. We're going to go massive. I'm aiming for 3 episodes a week, and the jury's still out whether I'm going to be doing it all on camera or whether I'm going to do some off camera, some on camera, highly edited. We don't know. We don't know. By all means, leave me your suggestions down in the comments section below. Either way, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. See you then. Bye.